Alrighty, hello everyone. So today is the building of Whalebert's Water World. So since there was all these new water features and splash pads in the Growing Together pack, I wanted to make a water park. So here I am, just kind of laying out all the items I want to use, making the shelf for like the water park entry and the water park cafeteria and locker rooms and things like that. As I set out some of the items that I want. So we're getting right into that. But hopefully you're having a great day and thanks for clicking on this video. This is probably one of the favorite ones I've built most recently. It was super fun and I got to get really creative with it, and I had been wanting to use all of the splash pad items in some way, shape, or form, and this just really helped me and just kind of let me go wild with it. So today's joke is: a cow quickly reads a book. What type of milk does the cow make? So think about that and I'll tell you the answer to the joke later in the video. But yeah, so here we go. I wanted to make different themed areas of a water park geared for different ages of Sims and different themes. Once the Sim finally passed through the entranceway and got their tickets per se from this central ticket area and inside, however you want to call it, building, I guess. So here I am trying to figure out how I was going to get the gate to work. And yeah, it took a little bit. I wanted it nice and even, but that didn't quite work. So because I wanted to utilize all the space possible, I tried having the entry building as close as possible to the road and just kind of threw in some quick and kind of sparse greenery to spruce up the front. So Sims could go through the front door and enter that way and buy tickets at a desk, theoretically, at Whalebert's Water World. Or they could go through the side entrance that you saw me put the gate on a couple minutes ago, or like a minute ago at this point. And that's how they could go in, and both ways would have access to the locker rooms. So then the Sims could get changed, shower, do whatever. So the theme was blue and yellow. Adding some details, I was going to originally make the top part there a deck that I was going to put a higher fence on, so then Sims could go out and sit on top. But I thought that I decided against it, so I ended up doing these detailings instead from high school years, and just didn't put any doors on the second floor of that building. So here we are doing some more decorating of that. Now we're finally getting into the inside. So this is kind of like the ticket booths is where I'm going to be putting in this information, or like putting in that stuff there. And here I am looking for anything that's like pool related. So I went through a lot of the items and it took a while. This build took me a really, really long time. But yeah, so I'm going through all the items, trying to figure out what like screams pool or like entryway. So I use these little signs from the activity centers from Growing Together and found some pool items, but I guess I decided against them. But yeah, so speaking of water, it's been pouring here recently. I was gonna go out and go for a run and do one of my workouts, but it just started pouring, and then it was thundering and lightning too, so I decided that wasn't the best idea. So here I am recording this video. But yeah, so here I am again, just putting down some more details, kind of looking through everything that I possibly can. I wasn't really sure exactly all the items that would fit perfectly or what theme I was going for. I just knew I wanted one of the themes to be like the island living theme, and I was thinking that might be good for like an adult section, and then that's where I found those pirate ship props, and I wanted to do a kids area based on a pirate ship. So here we go as the entryway in the ticket booth area, or those little ATMs from City Living. So there's a little ticket booth. And then we have the 2 locker rooms that Sims will be able to access. I put up some signs, and now we're looking for some lighting. Okay, so here are the 2 locker rooms. Put up some stairs so then they can get to the eatery, which is going to be on the 2nd floor. So hopefully your day's going good. My day's going okay. Just happy it's a weekend, you know. So I'll get to that workout eventually. But for now, it's fun to kind of record this and go through and watch it all over again, how I decided to design it, because I built this house a while ago too. So this isn't something that I built most recently. It's been kind of waiting in my queue of videos to record audio to. So it's kind of cool to see it come together again. I ended up placing this in my normal game, not just my YouTube save file that I do most of my building in. And I ended up taking my Sims to it and testing it out, and they had a lot of fun. So when I first took them there, though, it was like storming, and I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. Like, they're not gonna want to go swimming or not gonna want to go use any of the water equipment, and I don't want them to get struck by lightning. So I had to get one of the weather changers and have a Sim with high handiness to change the weather, and then they enjoyed it. Alrighty, so there's our front desk that I would theorize you could get your tickets from. And the rest of this area is going to be kind of like a waiting area. You know, if you're waiting for your fellow Sims in the locker room or you're waiting for particular individuals, you could just kind of hang out here and relax. I was gonna have the bubble blower in there, but then I was like, I don't know, I feel like that's not very child appropriate. Like, okay, so is the bubble blower like smoking? Is that like the Sims equivalent of smoking is like the bubble blower? Somebody leave a comment. Is that what that is? If you know, let me know. But yeah, so here we go up to the second floor. I added in a couple lunch stations, coffee stations, the thrifty tea area, so that Sims could theoretically hire someone for the day, and then they could get their food like a la carte from the different food areas. And they could come and sit inside and eat or take their food outside with them if they so chose to. So here we go, adding in some more chairs. Can't forget our trash can. Okay, and then I put one of those vending machines because I want to include that later. So now we just go in and put in some fun rugs underneath all the tables to make it less boring inside. Going with that white and yellow and blue kind of theme. You can probably tell I literally looked through everything. Anything and anything that I thought might look good in here, I went through all the items. So it took me a really long time, and that's why this is on 4 times the speed, because I didn't really feel like putting it in a 2-part video again, and even if I did, it would just be kind of long. Alrighty, so down back to the waiting area slash like just like the hangout space. I was going to put in some more entertainment. I thought that a fish tank would be a good idea since, you know, this is a Whalebert, so it's fish and underwater sea creature kind of themed. Alright, so here we get the locker room. So I want to make sure that I put in showers, toilets, and also I believe I put in toddler toilets and changing stalls. So then that way, even if you brought an infant, if you brought a toddler, they could theoretically, you know, well, I guess maybe not an infant because that update wasn't out yet, or maybe it was. Well, no, it had to have been if there were changing stations. But yeah, so anyways, that way you could get that taken care of if you needed to, and you brought your toddler to come hang out in the little splash areas. I like that they have them in San Sequoia, kind of like not on a lot, so you could just walk there from any of the lots in that particular neighborhood. But I wanted somewhere with more theming and bigger areas per se. Alrighty, so here we go. Moving some stuff around, getting those toddler potties in there, and our change-in stations. Putting in our doors. Alright. Now onto the outside, and obviously, of course, Whalebert on top. We can't forget him. He's the mascot. So I put a fence around the whole thing to keep everybody in. And now we get to get into the fun theming. So here we go with the pirate ship theme. So the pirate ship theme is all about the toddlers, the kids, everything like that. So I threw in a bunch of decor items from, what is it, Get Famous. So all the little pirate decal, like details that I remembered, and then I wanted to fit the splash pads in between. So it's like an immersive area. throwing in those little toddler slides and everything. So I did this in the green color since the blue, pink, and yellow was kind of the ones that were already in the game, so I wanted to use a different swatch. And I wanted basically all of the different types of water details or water activities, I guess you could say, that I could possibly have on this lot. So later there will be a hot spa type of deal from Snowy Escape. I'm going to include a pool. I'm going to make a little lazy river, and I'm going to include some sprinklers you just saw me put down, some of those water buckets, a play set since it's pirate themed too. I thought it would look great in that area, a hot tub, you know, the whole kit and caboodle, everything that you could possibly put in. So here I am kind of rotating everything around. Put in some sun awnings, so then, you know, theoretically, if your Sims were getting kind of hot, they could go relax under the sun awnings. There we have the more traditional splash pad colors. And this one's like beach themed, in my opinion. So I made this one like florally and beach themed. I got my little sand snowman over there. Putting my little gate. Some of the lounger chairs. But yeah, I was really happy with how this was starting to kind of fill out, and I was liking how everything was kind of matching, so I was pretty happy with how it was going. I wanted to put lights outside as well in case Sims decided to visit this lot at night, so then that way it wouldn't just all be super dark. Obviously trying to use lights that looked more natural outside, like I put in that Santa with the surfboard. Since it's kind of supposed to be beach themed. So there's our sign. I made that little sign from, I think it's Seasons. Yeah, I made that our little sign, or, ooh, excuse me, a little directory. So then, theoretically, you know, you could pretend that Sims are looking at the directory to figure out where to go. I was originally going to make that top corner of the, like, adults area with, like, the hot bath thing, but I decided to change it because I wanted to do the lazy river, and I wasn't sure how much space that would take up or what I would have to do to kind of make it work. So here we go, making the bigger pool and then the lazy river, having to combine it. And I think if you've ever visited my gallery account before, you've probably noticed that if you go and click on my other builds, one of my most popular builds is the Beach Byway pool, and that kind of inspired me to build this because we got a lot of more water items since the last time I built that, and I think I built that back in 2016 or 2017, and honestly, it's not that great. So I wanted to kind of, you know, do better. I wanted to build something a lot cooler than that, and since that was such a popular build, I thought that maybe other people were looking for pools too, and with the new details, I definitely wanted to place this lot in my regular game. So here we go, making the Sulani beach themed, tropical themed adult area that's kind of divided off from the kids area, has its own like adult or like regular pool, and a bar along with a hot tub and areas to suntan under different canopies and things like that. So as per usual, this video will go live, and then I will also upload this on the gallery after the video goes live. So yeah, feel free to check out my gallery account, which is KeelyCat4. You can search that, or you can search Whalebert's Waterworld. It will also come up that way. So yeah, this will be my most recent post by the time of then, most likely if you're watching this as soon as it came out. And I'll be posting another video next Saturday. I post videos every Saturday, so stick around. Feel free to subscribe if you'd like. I do a lot of fun builds. If you have any suggestions, I'd love to hear them. But yeah, just leave me any comments below of what you thought, what you're thinking, if I should build anything else. So here we go, adding in some more floats and little chairs and details. I decided to make the pool bigger because I thought it was kind of too small. I was having a hard time with the pool ladders. They kept trying to place on the second floor, but I don't have a second floor, so I was very confused as to why the pool ladders kept trying to just like place in midair. I didn't quite figure that one out. All right, so now we're moving on to the spa area. So I wanted this to be themed like Snowy Escape, since that's what the like onsen bath type of deal is from. So I wanted to do a different color scheme, and I wanted to include some of the very pretty garden elements from Snowy Escape and the little like umbrellas and rock details and lights. So here I am placing all of those in to keep it illuminated at light or at night with a light. You probably just saw me put that fountain in there. I imagine that as like the center spot where everybody would kind of break out from, maybe eat your lunch if you wanted to, sit there, do whatever if you decide to come back out and get something from the little vending machine over there. So I imagine that is kind of like center base. So here we go on the main pool and the lazy river. Putting in some floats, saving the game. So now I had to figure out what kind of little decor items and sitting spaces I wanted. I wanted some little rock seats and some more beach towels so Sims could sun themselves in between the lazy river and the main pool. Obviously had to put in some diving board little things and they could hop down and do all the different fun dives that they wanted. I had the empty space there, so I ended up putting in another little small pool, which is kind of a callback to my beach byway pool build. So if you've seen that, you know what I'm talking about. So I put in the kind of like fancy smancy, you know, the petals, very luxurious, the pink. So that was kind of my idea with that, was to do another one of those, since it kind of would fit, you know, and tie into the like hot springs that I have behind it. Alrighty, adding some more splash pads and little detailings. Everything's kind of coming together now, picking my traits. So, you know, hopefully you'll see a lot of teens hang out there and that the Sims will want to exercise. Now comes the fun part. So I put in my terrain paint and I had been looking forward to using actual sand, especially with the yes, with that zone, because I had the sand snowman and with the pirate ship and with the like adult area. So I was super excited to put sand in there so they could actually dig for shells and things like that. And then have the like sand that matches from Snowy Escape over by the onsen bath, like the hot springs and the fancy bath. So that's why I said that the little space there you can see with the picnic benches is like the main area, as it kind of is the stopping point of the stone and the meeting place of all the different zones or kind of like attractions in the Whalebert's water world. Alright, so as we get to the end of the video, I really hope you enjoyed it. I had fun, and I had fun bringing my Sims to this lot after I play tested it afterward. So again, back to the joke of the day. So a cow quickly reads a book. What type of milk does she make? The answer is skim milk. So hopefully you like that. Hopefully you can have a great day, and feel free to let me know in the comments anything you'd like to, or what other builds I should build next. Thanks again for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in the next video next week. Alrighty, have a great day. Bye.